What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Suyin, and as you can tell in the title of this video today, we're going to be looking at how to fund our TD Ameritrade account with money. And I guess I wanted to make this video because when I wanted to put money into my TD Ameritrade account, I really was putting this off because it had a very detailed set of instructions that I found I could definitely mess up, and I had a fear that my money would not get into my TD Ameritrade account but be lost forever. So I kept putting it off, and I was looking for a video that could show me exactly how to do it. So that's what this is for you today. If you have a TD Ameritrade account, I hope that it's finally been opened because it takes a very long time. And yeah, the thing about TD Ameritrade is that they also don't allow third-party gateway transfers, so it has to be coming out of your personal bank account in your name. And yeah, there's just no way around it, at least to my knowledge. So if I'm wrong about this, do let me know if there is a more cost-effective way to transfer money from our local bank accounts into our TD Ameritrade Singapore accounts. So yeah, let's jump straight in and see how it's done. What we want to do is to log into our TD Ameritrade accounts. So we go ahead and type Singapore, TD Ameritrade Singapore, and you go on to clicking that website. Looks good so far. Ooh, we get 0 commissions on trading and only for the US market for this one, right? So we go log in, and this happens, and this happens all the time. So I found a way around this, which is to use a VPN. And my family happens to use ExpressVPN for leisure and I guess like work purposes. More leisure than work, I presume. So we're gonna go ahead and connect that, and then we're going to go on ahead to the website, and it should work. Great, okay, so now we're on the login page, and you're just gonna go ahead and type your username and password, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so now we are here on the page where we're going to extract where or what our account number is, and you're gonna go to account forms, and that's gonna give you your account number straight away. So this is where you go ahead and write it down somewhere, or just copy it, or like input it somewhere, and then you can go ahead and log out. After this, you don't need the VPN anymore, so you can just disconnect it and close this. So the next thing that we're gonna need actually is this particular set of instructions, and how to get to this is to use Google, which is our best friend right here, and type TD Ameritrade Singapore funding, and that should lead you to the exact same page. So it starts off up here, and we want to find out how to fund our account, right? So we're gonna scroll all the way down, and it tells us that we can fund it through these 4 means, and the most direct way we can actually do this is through using DBS, electronic transfer. But as you know, I'm not Singaporean and I don't have the privilege of this convenience. If you are, fantastic, use this method. But because I'm not, and I don't want to use a check, that will take ages, and I don't even have an account that can issue a check anyway, I'm gonna do a wire transfer. So the first time I saw this, I'm like, okay, that looks pretty straightforward. I can definitely do this. And then when it came to the actual physical transferring, I had a lot of questions. So that's why I'm gonna walk you through it today. As you know, here, you're gonna need your name and then your 9-digit TD Ameritrade Singapore account number that we just extracted from our login earlier. And as long as you know your home address, that's good too. So let's head on over to our bank accounts. I personally use Maybank to do this because, I don't know, it's a robust website, and I find that it is where my money is being saved before I actually fund my TD Ameritrade account. So I guess I'm gonna preface this and say that when it comes to funding an international stockbroking account, what I like to do is stockpile the money first. I like to save for a period of time so that I can actually get a good deal on this. So every time you transfer money, it's gonna incur costs. So I believe there is a fee, and there is also there is a service fee for using it through the telegraphic transfer with Maybank, and there is also a fee that we bear when the banks do their thing, and I think it should be around $25. So for my take on this, let's say if I were transferring only 1,000 ringgit, I think it's really not worthwhile. I would rather save up a lot more money. I don't think it's worth it to transfer too small a sum, and I would rather wait it out till I have a more substantial amount before I transfer, because the fees do add up, and you don't want to be transferring every single month because of the fees, right? So that's just my take on it. I guess I'm a bit more frugal when it comes to paying fees, sort of like how we hate paying for parking outside. Yeah, but pay for your parking is not worth the fine. Anyway, we're gonna log into our bank, and just a public service announcement, it's so important to make sure that you are actually logging into your bank, because there are so many scams out there that actually mimic how your banking landing page looks like. So make sure it is the right URL, and I guess your secret phrase really matters here to make sure that it is your bank account, right? So go ahead and log in. And when you are logging in, what you want to do is go on ahead to the transfer site, and just choose what account you are transferring money from, and then head over to transfer to overseas. So that is where we are going. As you can see, I have done this transaction before, and I've also saved it as my favorite, so that I don't have to keep inputting the same thing over and over again the next time that I choose to make this transfer. But for the tutorial's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do it. So let's click new transfer, and because we are sending money to the US, as we can see right here in our sending instructions, we're gonna type the United States, and then they even give you state list if it actually loads, and I can see it there. Okay, while it loads, we can see that we are sending it to Wells Fargo Bank, and it says California. So we're gonna type in the state of California then. Okay, so here it comes to the question of how much you want to send. So you enter the amount, whether it is say maybe you're sending 4,000 ringgit and you are converting it into USD, right? So click compare, and they'll bring you to the next page here. We have two options here. Either we choose a foreign telegraphic transfer, or we can do it via Western Union. So obviously here we can see that the fees are very different, and one says 10 ringgit, the other says 261 ringgit and 95 cents. And on top of that, there is a difference in exchange rate that they are willing to do the transfer for us. And as we can see, here is 4.2 and the other one is 4.29, and they show us exactly how much USD we're going to get after the exchange is made. And also take into account, this hasn't deducted that $25 sender bearer fee that we will be paying also. So again, here, something to note that there is a daily transfer limit, and as you can see, the upper the upper limit is actually 49,999 ringgit. So that's the max you're able to transfer at one go in a day, and this one says the max is less than 10k. However, the difference is that this Western Union transfer is instant, and the other one takes 1 to 3 working days. So I guess if you are in a hurry, you can use this option. But if it were me, I would actually save on the costs, and I don't tend to want to rush into things. One way of going about this is I had this really great tip come from my friend Miss Millionaire Journey, who is very active on Instagram, and she's also here on YouTube, and she's been using TD Ameritrade for very long now, and she recommends doing this transfer the first thing when the bank is available, or when this service is available. Do it at 10 a.m. and you'll see that your money comes in faster. So let's go ahead and hit transfer. As usual, you're gonna have your sender's details. This one, it's, from your memory. And what's more important is actually we're gonna hit the recipient bank details. So this one is where I got stuck and where I needed more guidance on. So let's follow the instructions and put it in. So first off, we have recipient bank, Wells Fargo Bank. And then here you have the BIC code, the SWIFT code, which they give us, and we're gonna input. Then we have Fed wire, and if you don't know what that is here, it's gonna help you. It says ABA code, and you're gonna put that as well without the hash. And here, when it comes to account number, so this was when I started the trip and think like, oh, what if I were doing this wrong? But I can tell you that after I have transferred, now I know that my information is correct. So where you're gonna find the account is this particular number over here, because you're transferring your money to this beneficiary of TD Ameritrade Clearing Incorporated. So we are transferring into their bank account, and that's why we need to input this particular number. So when it comes to branch address, we're going up again and going here. All right, and I guess the city is San Francisco, and I want to go ahead and put the postcode back into the bank address or branch address. Branch. Okay, so this one is correct. And then we're going to head on to the next section of recipient details. Okay, so nationality, we are sending it to TD Ameritrade Clearing Incorporated. They're non-Malaysian. And we're going to put their name right there. Now, when it comes to IC or passport number, here's where you type your TD account number, and this is important so that they can actually send your money to your TD Ameritrade bank account, right? So this is a very important step. Do that. And then when it comes to recipient address, again, we're going to use what they have right here for us. All right. And I guess if you want, you can always move this down, because that's what I did personally. And country, you're gonna go United States. Okay, here's where I went a little bit crazy on making sure that I am sending my money to the right place. So here I actually typed my name, and then I typed my account number as well, so that they actually attribute it to the right place. In the email section, yeah, just for safety purposes, I can tell you that mine went through, no problems, no questions asked. Yeah, it just went through, so that's what I did personally. And when it comes to contact number, I put TD Ameritrade's phone number right here into this. Into this. Okay. Yeah, so that is your details all set and done. And then we're going into transfer details, the last and final section here. So you're going to choose for what purpose you are sending this for. And, read through to see what they are. But I personally chose transfer. And then I think I put private transfer, other capital transfer. and that I will bear the fees. And then additional info, just to be very, very safe, I did the same thing. I put my name, my account number, and address, if there were any space. But I think it only has enough space for my name and account number. Then after that, what you do is you click I accept, and then you can send your money on its way, and it should arrive within 1 to 3 working days. And if you go ahead and do it first thing 10 a.m. in the morning, it should actually reach you sooner rather than later. And yeah, that's it. That's all you need to do for how to fund your TD Ameritrade account. I'm gonna go ahead and log out. I guess that's it for the video today. That is how I personally fund my TD Ameritrade account. I hope this is helpful for you and that your money gets into your account safely. And yeah, that's it. If you like this video, remember to support this channel by hitting the subscribe button. That's not the subscribe button. By hitting the subscribe button and the like button, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye!